Hey everyone, hope your day is going well. We are back with another reaction and we're going to check out some more comedy. Leanne Morgan. I've only reacted to one clip of her before, and that was the first time I ever watched her stuff. That was about turning 50. Really funny. And this is when you go to concerts with old people. I don't think I've ever, have I? What classifies as old? How old is old? What is it? 70, 80, or is it even younger than that? I don't know. Let's hear it.
Tell you about my family. I have my husband. We live in Knoxville, Tennessee. I have my husband. Thank you. Well, I have my husband and my three grown children. I have a 25-year-old boy that's married to a darling little girl. And then I have my 22-year-old daughter and then my 20-year-old daughter, and she's still in Knoxville with us. And so these children grew up and left me with their daddy. And he is so not fun. And so he doesn't chat. And so I'm just at home talking to myself. And we've got two beagles. And we miss these children so bad that we just sit and kiss them in the mouth. So I'm trying to adjust to just being with their daddy, and so.
Oh, hey, that could be a tough one. Depending on your marriage, depending on the communication. But hey, sometimes people they can't stand each other, and then the kids leave, and then it's downhill from there. Oh man, it's scary, right? My daughter's only 9 years old. She's gonna be 10, but it does come into the mind. Especially if you're an overthinker. All of that, like, oh, how is that gonna affect me when that happens? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take notes here.
To just being with their daddy, and so I bought him tickets to go see Def Leppard and Journey.
Oh, so. Oh. Yeah, shout out to Def
Okay,
Leppard
let me
and
tell you. Have y'all been to concerts lately with old people?
Yeah, is she saying her husband is old? How old is he? 50? That's not old. These artists are older.
Are older than I am.
Older.
Okay. We went, and I thought, oh, we're going to have a fun date. And I said, where are we going to go out to eat? And he goes, I don't have time for that. It was on a weeknight, so he went to the Pilot and bought himself a tall boy. And I think that's what it's called, and an egg salad sandwich from the Pilot. And so I didn't get to eat, and I was so hungry. And it dawned on me at a concert. When I was 20 and I'd go to a concert, I was at University of Tennessee, and so I'd go to Thompson Bowling. And I'd wear a crop top. And I didn't care about eating. I wasn't hungry, I was thinking what boys were going to be there, and I had on little bitty breeches. Because I still had a metabolism and my thyroid was acting right. Okay. So we go to Def Leppard and Journey, and everybody there is our age. And everybody's worried about the snack bar. First of all.
Times have
changed.
And
I was too. And I was so hungry, and I noticed that people had big Diet Cokes, like big buckets of Diet Coke, and were sucking on those big buckets of Diet Coke while the concert was going on, and every once in a while, somebody would stand up and... and then they'd sit back down.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, well, at times it's not like, oh, we're just running on ethanol here. We're running on alcohol and adrenaline, and we're young, we're dancing. You're constantly moving around. Well, sometimes we can. We can't make general, sweeping generalizations, but it is funny though, how food becomes more important. But the funny thing is, it always struck me, especially here in Belgium, we have a lot of which is called, like a snack bar, with a lot of fries and stuff. And people are gonna order, for example, or when you go to McDonald's, this large order, again, 3,000 calories or something, 2 Big Macs, some nuggets, some fries, some, whatever. And then they're gonna order a Diet Coke, like that's gonna even everything out. Don't get me wrong, I drink Diet Coke all the time, or zero, rather. But it's funny to me, like, oh yeah, I gotta, A Diet Coke for me, please, because a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips.
And then they sat back down. Journey has a little bitty feller from another country singing for them, and he's yummy. He looks like a little M&M. You could put him in your pocket. And you can tell he doesn't eat white flour and sugar. And he's singing and doing, he sounds like Steve Perry, but it's not the same. Steve Perry's my boo. So
The voice.
it was like we were going to a tribute concert. But anyway, everybody in the band, besides this little fella, everybody had eaten white flour and sugar, and probably had done dope and drank terrible things.
Don't stop
and
believing.
everybody looked sick. And the bass player looked like somebody I had bought my jewelry from for years. And they were just barely a-going. And then Def Leppard came out, and it was that lead singer, I think, has got thyroid issues. His hair was just thin and didn't have a lux to it. And then I noticed he had little bitty tiny legs and a little pot-belly stomach. But he sang "Put Some Sugar on It," which I hate that mess. I am a Earth, Wind, and Fire R&B gal, and I love my Journey, but I was like, this isn't my thing. And my husband every once in a while would go, and then just sit down, because he loves it. But anyway, this little man with the tiny little legs and the thinning hair, and then he had this little bump right here, and I could tell that's a hernia. He's got a hernia. That he hadn't had time to get it fixed. He hadn't had time to put a mesh in.
The show must go on, even with hernias, and let's call it a hernia. Hey, he performed with a hernia right now, a big old hernia.
That he hadn't had time to get it fixed. He hadn't had time to put a mesh in. And you could just see it. It looks like my stomach, because I've had a hernia, but I've had mine fixed. And I thought, oh, bless his heart.
I've had it too. I got 2 meshes, It's no fun. But yeah. I don't know if it's that big as the hernia she described.
Heart.
Sounds like a different type.
But he'd do, and he'd prop a little thin, frail leg up on something. Oh. I thought, isn't it funny how things have changed since I went to concerts when I was 20? Everybody was walking out like this because everybody had inflammation in their feet.
Too much sugar.
Trying to get to their car. And it was like 10 o'clock. I thought, what are we doing out here? What are we doing? We gotta get home. We gotta get in the bed.
10 p.m. outside? Yeah, no, the days of all-nighters, those have passed. Hilarious, relatable, even though I haven't reached that age yet, but I definitely see it coming, start to feel the cracks slowly but surely. Hilarious. As I said in the beginning, the artists that she was talking about are older than the audience. But how can you give it up if you love it so much, huh? I understand. Funny. And definitely need to check out more. If you have any recommendations for her comedy, please let me know. Hope to see you there. Goodbye.